Okay, so lesson 1, we will learn about the power of your focus, aka reticular activating system. It sounds complicated. Well, I guess it kind of also is, but it's a system in our brain that really helps us daily that you are not even aware of, but now you will become aware of it today. So, for example, have you noticed that once you learn a new word, you suddenly start to notice it everywhere? Or when you think about a specific car, let's say you think about a red car. So I'm going to mention you now a red car. And if you start thinking about a red car, you're probably going to go outside today and start noticing red cars. So you definitely have had those moments in your life where once you become aware of something or interested in something, or you start focusing on it, you start to see it everywhere, right? So that is reticular activating system in process. Yeah. So once you start focusing on something, once it becomes interesting, that's what it is. So what it actually is, it is a bundle of nerves in your brainstem that filters out necessary information and unnecessary information. So what is necessary? Whatever is important to you in that moment. Whatever you focus on, whatever you believe, that is necessary for your RAS system. And unnecessary is everything else. Why do we have it? Well, because right now we are, like, all around you, we have access to 2.3 billion bits of information every second. And we are aware of only of 126 bits of information. Because if we would have access to all the information outside of us right now at the same time, we would go insane. So I'll give you an example. So if you focus right now on the temperature of your hands, or you start to focus on the voice of my voice, the sound of my voice. Or maybe you start focusing on the noise outside, somewhere in your surroundings, right? Outside of the window, or maybe you're in some kind of office space. Just notice the sounds. And then imagine if all those sensations and all those sounds and all those, like your temperature, the sound of my voice, if all of these things you would be aware of all the time. It's just too much information. You wouldn't be able to focus on what I'm actually saying, right? So that's why we have it, because actually everything is happening at the same time all the time, and we are able to focus on what's important in front of us. So how it works like an algorithm, like an Instagram algorithm, for example, right? So whatever you're interested in, it will show you more of it. It also loves to prove you right. So whatever you believe in, it will show more of that. It will keep showing you evidence of what you believe in. So how we can use this knowledge, how we can use this system, this really genius, intelligent system within us, how can we use it so it's useful for us, right? Because most people may even use it in a way that doesn't serve you. For example, if you start watching negative news or you believe things that do not serve you, right? Like this system, it will keep showing it to you because apparently it's important. This is why many think, right? Like positive thinking, it's like, well, actually, this is what it is. Positive thinking actually means that you focus on the positives, and the world and life will start to show you more of the positives, right? So it is an incredible awareness to gain that actually all the opportunities, all the money, all the abundance, all the people, all the information that you ever have wanted actually exists right now. And you have access to it at any point in time when you decide to focus on it. So all you got to do for the RAS system to work for you is you have to focus on what you want. Very easy, right? And it will lead you to these things that you want. So for example, it may not always come like directly. Let's say if you focus on the red car, right? Or like if you have a dream and you think, okay, I want a villa, let's say. Obviously, it doesn't mean that you instantly get a villa, even though sometimes even that happens, right? Everything is possible. But usually how this happens is your RAS system will start to seek out opportunities. You will just start noticing them because they were always there. But if you didn't focus on them, it's just that you were not aware of them, right? They just didn't show up in your reality. But once you start focusing, let's say I want a successful business, I want a villa, I want this really cool car, right? Your brain will seek out opportunities and people and lead you to places that will help you to get there because you are focusing on it. Makes sense, right? So your job then is just to follow it. This is why it's like, you don't really know exactly how it's going to happen, but as long as you have that focus, all you got to do is follow, because all the opportunities and people, they will show up, and you just have to take action. You just have to take the chance, right? And respond to this. And also this system is incredible because you can build and form new beliefs. So if you want to start building a belief that serves you, for example, that making money is easy, right? You just have to focus on it. Okay, you can command your brain to look for evidence to that making money is easy. Now, this is very valuable information because now if you focus on it and you're like, okay, brain, I command you to seek out this information. I want to see evidence that it's easy to make money. You will start to see all the opportunities and information. You will go online and suddenly like an ad will pop up. Maybe it always popped up there, like it was always there, but you didn't see it before, but now you will, because you commanded your brain to seek out evidence for what you now want to believe in. So now, using this wonderful, very valuable knowledge, we will create a vision board. So this is our next task. So you actually start using reticular activating system to your advantage, okay? So I will guide you how to create the vision board correctly. Now, this vision board, there are many ways how to create vision boards, but I asked Sophia, Thomas' wife, to give me her tips on how she creates. She's also an abundance coach. She's really good at these things herself, and she really helped Thomas on the way to success with these kind of things. She was the one who introduced him with this mindset and way of life. So I really want you to also use this technique that Thomas and Sophia both used, because we see their success, and I think it gives some credibility to this method. Okay, so as I mentioned, there are many ways, but let's do it Sophia's and Thomas' way. So the first thing that you gotta do is to think about all the areas that are important to you, okay? So important to you, but it's very important that you think about at least 9 areas so it's balanced, right? So you don't just focus on one area, let's say not just money or not just health or not just relationship, right? Make sure that there are that your vision board is balanced. So think about these areas, and then what you do is make a list of these areas and then write down specific goals for each of this area, a specific goal. That's really important, and make that goal very detailed. Now, what you will also do after you've written down these goals, these specific goals for each of the areas, you will also find pictures for each goal that represents the manifestation of it, right? So if you want a new car, or if you want success in your career, or if you want to get married, these are, very common wishes, then you find a picture that represents the manifestation of it, right? Or like a specific ring, specific car, right? Like you have to be specific. And now this is a tip from Sophia. So do we focus on some kind of time frame? Well, I would say, like in my opinion, it's more, you know, if you think about big things, it's a little bit easier that you give yourself a little bit more time. Because so let's say you create a vision board for 5 years, right? So 5 years in the future, like within 5 years, I want to create this, okay? I want to make this happen. I want to manifest this. The reason why is because there's a little bit less resistance. Like you actually can see, like, sure, 5 years, it's quite a lot of time. A lot of things can happen in 5 years, and you know, it seems very, very believable. Now, a tip from Sophia is that actually, she always did it for 1 year, and she said, go crazy, make it crazy, expand, allow yourself to believe, allow yourself to dream big. And that's, you know, it can actually make the process faster. So it's okay if you don't right now, if you don't fully believe that it can happen within 1 year, right? But it at least will expand your mind, and yeah, you will start seeking out opportunities already now. So you can make a vision board for 1 year from now, right? So it's like, this is what I want to manifest within 1 year. Okay, so let's look at the system, how to create your vision board correctly. So this is the system that also Sophia used. So you will see a picture in front of you, and you see that there's sections, right? So you have to put everything in regards, so the pictures in regards to finances, money, abundance, goals, you put on the left side on the top. Then underneath that, you put everything in regards to the family. Then underneath that, knowledge, education. Okay, so that's all on the left side. And then above your picture, so your picture is in the middle, so above your picture you will put success at work. So it could be recognition, popularity, right, at work. And then underneath you below, everything in regards to your growth in career and or business, right? So what's the growth that you want to see? And on your right side, it's going to be everything in regards to love and marriage, relationship, your romantic relationship. Then in the middle, you will see creativity, and then right side at the bottom is friends, travel, okay, so vacations, fun. So that is the correct system how to place your pictures on your vision board. Bonus points. If you want to personalize those goals. So for example, for some people it really helps. This is actually what Jim Carrey did, was when he wrote a check for him, to himself for $10 million, he wrote his name, like he actually used the check and he wrote his name on the check. And that's exactly what he received for a movie that he did, right? So if you want, bonus points for this is to personalize. So put your face, use Photoshop, use, or cut out your picture and put yourself in those moments, in those pictures. That's gonna, create even more belief, and it will allow you to see yourself in those situations and in those environments. This is important for your nervous system and subconscious, but that's a story for another time. Okay, so have fun. Make sure that once you create this vision board, make sure it's quiet around you. Actually make a moment out of it, right? So make sure that no one is bothering you, no one is distracting you. So you really put energy and focus into that process. All right, and now we will move to lesson number 2.